Hey, what's up everybody? Elite After back with a brand new video. My purpose with you guys today is to give you a deep dive into the multiple strategies that you may potentially be using that's possibly harming your ability to get your credit fixed. And I'm being very strong about that. I'm not joking. And the reason I say that is because a lot of you guys, you're possibly looking at my channel, learning the content, possibly trying out some of the strategies that I'm trying to reference to you guys so that you can execute on trying to get your credit fixed. But on the other side, you have been doing certain strategies before falling into this channel, or perhaps learning the content that I'm teaching you that may be harming your ability to get the results with the strategies that I'm teaching you. And here's exactly why. So in this video, my goal is to give you 3 reasons as to why your credit repair campaigns today may be at risk due to the things that you've done in the past. So these 3 things, once you understand them, you'll be able to not go only back to your campaign strategies and retweak them so that you can get the best outcome, but you also be able to create the new strategies and deploy them effectively to get the best results. So for that reason, I want you to stay until the very end if you want to get the most benefit. And with that said and done, if you're new to this channel, you've been following me and you've been learning the content that I'm teaching and you're enjoying it, I'm going to encourage you to go ahead and subscribe. Hit the like button, smash it if you could, so that YouTube algorithm can help push out my content so other people such as yourself can learn. And the notification button, hit it to all, so every time there's videos like these, you'll be the first to know. And with that out of the way, let's get straight to our topic. So the first thing I want to discuss with you guys is one of the biggest reasons as to why your credit repair campaigns are failing today is because the initial strategies that you've deployed are creating an obstacle in your ability to move forward. And the biggest reason I see that is because we're always going to talk about this is the templates that you've used, right? The templates that you used are the ones that are basically staggering your ability to move forward, staggering your ability to cross that road so that you can get the best results. Now, the best way to go ahead and fix this issue, the best way to go ahead and step into the territory where you won't have this issue anymore or won't have this problem anymore, is to go back and you got to find a way to create a conversation with the credit bureau so that those comments that are left from the investigations, which typically tell you, hey, your results have been verified, the information seems accurate, and therefore we're not going to go ahead and fix it or change it. That needs to change. That needs to change. So the best way to do that is to give a conversation or go over a conversation over the phone with the credit bureaus and let them know that, hey, look, there's a reason why I'm calling you today. The information that says I'm disputing right now, I'm not disputing anymore. Please remove that because it's basically not true and it's false. And remove the comments that are left there because I'm not disputing the account. And obviously you might be thinking to yourself, Ali, but isn't that completely against what we're trying to do? And the reality is it isn't. There's a strategy there. If you do this properly, and if you remove those comments, the Oscar system is going to help you push forward with new investigation strategies, the new things that you'll be using when it comes to tactics and tools, including the reference materials that you're learning on this channel, so that you can pass that bump. Okay, so the comments are the biggest reasons as to why your credit repair is being, basically, there's an obstacle and it's being stopped. So that's the first point that we're going to point out. The second point, and this one I think is very critical, is that you're basically left hanging with an account that you've been dealing with for a long time, and all of a sudden you've cut ties and you basically haven't followed up. A good example of this could be collection agencies, right? There's a whole lot of ways that, for example, you might have been paying on a collection agency and you've been paying on time and you've agreed to pay them, but all of a sudden, like as you come back and you're trying to figure out like, hey, what's happening with my credit profile? Why am I getting all these negative items pop back into my reports? Why is there a new collection agency that's popping up? And that's because you've initially started a conversation with your collection agency prior, the one before that stuff that you see on the report, and you haven't settled the matter yet, right? You've just let it be. You haven't communicated your angle of strategy or attack. And that could be the one reason that's actually holding you back. And that's why some of the negative items may come back. Some of the negatives, such as collection, specifically collection agencies, you're going to see new ones pop up to your account. And that will hurt your ability to progress and move ahead. So the best thing to do is to go back to that collection agency, challenge them, right, based on the validity of the debt. There's just so much videos on my channel when it comes to referencing collection agencies. These strategies are well deployed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a couple of links in the description of this video to help you with that, as referencing my previous videos about collection agencies. But use those strategies to challenge the initial collection agency that you've had issues with, so that this way what happens is once that's out of the way, even though that you haven't communicated with them, that message, it'll put them off the report if they're still there. And following up with that, what you can do is take the evidence of the collection agency saying that they're going to cease their collection activities and forward that correspondence, a copy of the correspondence, keep the original copy, but forward the correspondence copy to the next collection agency that's putting their information on your credit report, and then remind them that the information that they have is potentially inaccurate because this present collection agency has failed to do anything because the alleged debt doesn't exist, and that you're requesting the same type of actions from them. And that typically does the trick. So I want you to do that for me. Okay, so just to recap, challenge the existing collection agency, but to do that, you need to go back to the previous one that you've cut communications with, get a letter from them stating that they're ceased collection activities, and then from that perspective, challenge the new one by telling them that the information that they're going after is allegedly incorrect, and in fact, it is incorrect and misleading, and therefore they must cease activities as well, or they'll be in violation of multiple laws, including the FCRA and the FDCPA. So that's the second point. And the third and final point as to why you're not getting results or your success is being stagnated when it comes to your personal credit is because the strategies that you've been using is not being looked over on a consistency basis. You're not being patient with that, right? And the reason I say that is because a lot of people challenge these negative items and they go back and forth. They try one strategy and they don't get the results and success, and they get upset. And based on our first point, they don't even take the time to call the bureaus and remove the comments. And they try another strategy, hoping that this next strategy is going to help them. And then that doesn't work, obviously, because of point number one, which the comment is still there and the eOscar is going to kick back its generic response. You jump to a third strategy, and that doesn't work. So after that, you do your fourth, and still following the rule number one, the comments are basically letting eOscar know to handle it the way it does. And then that fourth strategy doesn't work, and you lose your patience and your nerve, and then you compromise by paying low fees because you don't want to spend money and having somebody else tell you that they have a magic bullet, and you let them take your money and basically not get the results. So the third point is basically have the patience when it comes to the strategy that you're deploying. Why is that so important? Well, first and foremost, you need to. If you don't have this kind of patience, it's going to cripple your ability to get any type of results, right? Obviously, you have to follow the golden rules. The first one is obviously go back to the credit reporting agencies, review the information they got. If they say the investigation has been concluded, the items have been verified, stake your claim and say you're not disputing or challenging these things, then to remove those comments so that you can progress. And then using this methodology, then you can basically go ahead and try the strategy that you want to try, whether it be it new or existing ones from my channel that you've learned over time, and then execute them based on that principle. However, you want to have a clear copy of an updated credit report when you have those comments removed, so that you know for a fact the job has been done, and that you have a preliminary update that you can use as a reference point to re-engage in your new strategies so that you can move forward. Now, these type of things is very important. So, those are the 3 points that's basically stagnating your growth or your ability to move forward with your personal credit. This is so important. A lot of people, miss this by a mile, and you absolutely, need to follow these strategies if you want to get some results. And one more time, I would encourage you guys, if you're learning the material here on this channel, obviously there's a whole lot of content I'm throwing out there. I want to help you guys get educated on personal credit and obviously move forward with your journey. But you need a roadmap, right? You need a one-on-one approach. You need a strategy that you can go deep dive into the resources, deep dive into the contents of how a report should be comprised, deep dive into the methods of what type of laws to use, understanding the system that creditors use when it comes to reporting. All this information and more is included in the Ultimate Personal Credit Mastery 2.0. In addition to that, you'll have a clear roadmap that you can follow to get the best results. So if you're serious about this and you want to take it to the next level, I'm always encouraging you guys to go ahead and sign up as a student at the UPCM 2.0 so that you can start taking advantage of the material that's there. And with that said, if you enjoyed my video, smash this like button. Don't forget to subscribe and turn the notifications on to all. Share this video with those that are going through their credit repair journey and are possibly stuck and probably going through the same examples that I gave you guys. It'll definitely help them out and help me out as well, get the distribution. And with that said, I'm going to turn it over to you. What do you guys think about these 3 strategies that I shared? Which one are you going to try out now? And which ones do you think has been stopping you from getting the results? Leave a comment on the video so that we can have a discussion. And with that said, this is definitely your guide and mentor. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye for now.